quem for ver gravado, eu não acho que eu botei a opção de aparecer gravado. Eu não sei se bota sozinho. Bom, eu tô entrando aqui pelo meu computador para poder ver os comentários. Vamos começar. Cada ação pode gerar consequência. Então, tá, né? Esse jogo usa salvamento automático. Ok. Vamos começar. Tela bonita. Começo do jogo. Eu joguei um pouco do jogo, eu esqueci de dizer. Mas foi só pra tipo aprender. Na verdade, tipo, eu ia jogar esse jogo em off, mas aí eu achei ele muito bom e decidi gravar. Modo história, modo normal. Combate muito fácil, nesse modo. Não há recompensa por zerar. Cidadãos que você manda. Bom, vamos jogar no normal, né? Começando às 10, a live, 10 da manhã.
"12 dreams for the Red Queen under crown of stone. 8 voracious beasts born from 8 restless nights. 4 nails piercing the flesh of the sinner. 1 prayer for the summoned, called by this song. 'Tis perhaps the countdown to oblivion for the once proud city of London. 'Tis perchance her inhabitants' last dance alone to face death and pestilence. Confronted by the eerie and unknown, mortals became desperate for answers. A flock's flight makes for an omen, the falling of a star a dire presage. Turning to priests for interpretation when there was no reason to be found. When religion failed, men turned to science. I saw them build such vain cities, crafting machines made for endless war. New questions flourished as old answers withered. What is darkness but lurking sun? What is wall but enslaved stone? What is glass but tortured sand? What is song but a call to arms? What is hate but jilted love? What is life but death pending?
Death. Since the apple was plucked from the sacred tree, mortality was believed to be God's punishment. A righteous snare to keep mankind from ascending to the stars. They were all so wrong. Death is not a wicked thing, nor some holy retribution. A true punishment would be to never know its sweet kiss. Awaken from the harshness and be born once more.
Ok, começou o jogo.
Thirsty. So thirsty.
My sweet brother. What have you done?
Mary! Oh, no. Mary! Hold on. Please, hold on. Oh, God. Oh, no. Mary. Mary. No. No. It's a nightmare. No! Please, a moment, let me explain! These patrols are after me.
It's on to us.
No! No! Don't shoot! This is a nightmare. I need to get out of here. This can't be happening.
There's one of those vermin.
No! Please, stop! I mean you no harm.
Stop!
What's going on? Oh, Mary. What have I done? What's all this about?
Shit, where'd it go? Tricky bastards.
Now, I can defend myself.
Where'd it go?
Ok, bolinha esquiva.
It's a leech trick! Tricky bastards. Come back, you!
What?
Where'd it go?
Ah tá, vou quebrar esse daqui.
Kill the thing!
Who are you? Stay back! Sorry, but you left me no choice. Who are you?
Stupid beast! Murder! That's what you do!
Sorry.
E não atracar.
See them fancy clothes?
No,
This
please,
one's a
stop!
top! Run still!
Who are you?
Bloody leech!
What do you want? I mean you no harm. I need help.
Die, you fucking leech!
Please, listen to me. I can't make any sense of this.
Shut up, beast!
Who are you? What is this all about? Ah! What in God's name?
I'll do the rest of the job.
Just leave me.
Tipo vampiro mesmo.
The sun. It feels like it's burning me to the bone. I need to find somewhere to hide.
Right now!
Let me go! I need to find shelter. I cannot enter. Is anybody there? What is this place? The place seems abandoned. I should be safe enough here.
Ah tá, eu sei disso. Eu sei de vampiro, velho.
Brother, what have you done?
Mary! Mary! Mary, I'm sorry. Whoever did this to us, I will find them.
Relógio.
Wait. This one's dressed up fancy. Let's run through his pockets.
Picking the dead's pockets? Are you serious?
I've still a rent to pay. He's got no more responsibilities. What's this? Go watch.
Beautiful it is. We fancy it to share the takings. I suppose we are undertakers. Now, give him an Eve.
That's impossible.
arma.
Johnny, this one's lost. We need to leave. And now! No. There's time. I can save him. That's the enemy coming! The orders are to evacuate the hospital! Done. He'll live. And now what? We fight. Killing is a hell of a lot easier than healing. No, it never got easy.
Ah, dá pra tunar esse revólver.
This makes no sense. None of it. No sense at all. It's a nightmare. That's it. So be it. Rational thinking only.
Eu não quero atirar. Tá bom. Revivemos, família. Nossa, que inesperado.
This is absolute madness. I've lost touch with the real.
Madness it is, as mad as the moon, contains blinding sunlight into a glowing flesh.
Camas de esconderijo permitam que você evolua ou descanse. Gaste seus pontos para subir suas habilidades vampíricas. Autofagia. Drene seu próprio sangue instantaneamente para curar grande dano normal e agravado. Não é que estranho. Tá bom, né? Vamos pegar isso. Passivo. Vamos ver essas agressivas. Garras. Um golpe de curto alcance que corta todos os seres vivos. Lança de sangue. Arremesse uma lança que atravessa os inimigos. Uma nuvem de sombra. Eu gostei dessa lança de sangue aqui, mas precisa de mais sangue. Acho que eu não tenho sangue suficiente. Ah, eu tenho sim. Pronto, agora eu confirmo. Mordida, deixa eu ver isso daqui. Aumenta o dano causado pela mordida em combate. Aumenta a regeneração de vida ao usar mordida em combate. Eu não tenho. Ok, vamos confirmar.
I'm not mad.
Identifique e confronte o vampiro que criou você.
It must belong to the one who made me what I am. I must find him to understand what I have become. These people want me dead. I need to leave now.
Here's the leech. Here!
My head's spinning.
Oi! Come out, you coward!
Para a parte triângulo, para elas possuem efeitos especiais e consomem vigor. Tá bom. Depois eu vejo o que
I'm still in
faz.
Southwark. I must reach the west.
Die, vermin!
Ah, entendi pra que serve.
A strength I never knew I had. It's locked.
It's dead, all right. See them fences closed? This one's tough.
This shouldn't be possible. Every sinew, every fiber of my being is afire.
Pera aí, deixa eu...
I feel like a child learning the limits of my body.
Caraca, esse daí era o boss. Primeiro boss.
My
foi
reflexes. I'm not human anymore. My poor sister. If only I had controlled my need for blood. Mary, someone will pay for what happened to you. For what happened to us.
Caralho, mordi um rato.
Despicable.
Dá pra pegar os ratos, o sangue dos ratos. Cadê?
I can't believe I'm doing this.
Quero mais sangue. Cadê? Cadê? Tá bom. Já que só pode pegar isso.
I cannot enter. The dizziness from the jump. I can now control it.
Rato.
I have this thirst for blood. What will London have to say to me? I've so many questions unanswered.
Alcance a margem do norte.
Another corpse. Have the very streets of London become a mausoleum? The man has been drained of all blood. But I can still smell the scent of it. I follow the scent's trail. Perhaps it will lead me to my assailant.
Alright, that's all.
Fresh blood. The smell is so strong. Where has everyone gone?
Esconderijo. Remédio para septe, anemia, fadiga. Uma mão oposta, alho, reciclável. Não, eu não preciso fazer nada disso agora. Verdade, né? Como é que eu uso minha arma? Queria saber como usar minha arma. Deixa eu ver se tem alguma coisa aqui no meu inventário ensinando como é que usa. Aí, ué, eu tô sem bala, tudo bem. Soro, não principal. Rasta levando direto pra cá.
At last, a little life.
Welcome, sir, to the Turquoise Turtle.
Whoever he may be, the killer recently entered this bar.
Hello, sir. Are you all right? Is there any way I can help you?
I don't know. Maybe you could just talk to me.
Maybe you prefer to speak with Tom, then. He's more agreeable talking to strangers.
I just want to talk. I didn't mean to scare you.
I'm not afraid, sir. It's just I've other customers to take care of.
I only see one customer.
Oh. Well, yeah, of course. I mean, I best check on them.
What is this place?
This is Tom's bar, the Turquoise Turtle. I'm the barmaid here, Sabrina, if you want to know.
Are you always open this late at night?
No, it's only since the epidemic started. Tom thought that people may need a safe place to stay.
You don't seem to have much business. Where is everybody?
Well, most people are sleeping right now. And those that are awake tend to avoid going out. What with the murders and all.
What's going on around here? Where is everyone?
Too many dead, sir. First the epidemic, and now all these terrible murders.
The murders? What can you say about them?
Bodies found in the streets every morning. Drained of blood. It's just horrible. Some say the sewer dog is back.
The sewer dog? What's that?
No one knows. People have always disappeared around these parts. The ancients say it's the sewer dog coming out to feed. But now he's killing in the streets.
What have you heard about the epidemic?
There's a Spanish flu. Yeah, killed so many last summer. Thought we'd seen the last of it. Dozens dying every week.
Are the authorities doing anything?
Nothing. There are so many quarantine zones in London now. It's gotten really hard to travel across town.
Okay,
I'll leave then. Thank you. Good evening, sir. I wondered if I could ask for your help.
Wow, you look like you need a drink.
Yes. I apologize for my outfit. It's been a long night.
Been there, seen that. Don't worry, Things can only get worse.
Has anybody entered the bar recently?
Can't say. Sorry. I spent the night making love to that gorgeous bottle, see?
This is important, sir. Are you sure no one has come in here in the last few hours?
I don't know and I don't care. This is a free country. People still have the right to come and go, don't they?
What's going on around here? It's like everybody is hiding.
You must be new here. Have you not heard about the murders? Everybody fears the return of the sewer dog.
You make it sound like it's a fairy tale.
People will always believe in monsters. It's easier than accepting their own darkness. We can all be monsters.
Who is this sewer dog?
It's the local bogeyman. Convenient answer for every crime that happened for decades. You murdered someone, blame the sewer dog, eh?
I'll leave you to your bottle then.
Fadiga.
Hello, sir. Are you all right? Is there any way I can help you?
I don't know. Maybe you could just talk to me.
Maybe you prefer to speak with Tom, then. He's more agreeable talking to strangers.
I'll leave then. Thank you.
Eu já conversei com ela, eu confundi, eu acho, com esse cara.
Oh, God, sir. You look like Jonah's whale just spat you out of hell. Can I get you a drink?
No, thank you. I'm not thirsty.
Well, grab a chair and get some rest. This is going to be another long night.
Why is it going to be a long night?
You must be new around here. Don't you know about the murders?
Do the police have any leads on a suspect?
Even before the outbreak, coppers never came round here. We're on our own. People die in these parts all the time, and no one cares.
Tell me more about these murders.
Every morning for the last few weeks, bodies have been found. And those poor sods didn't die of flu.
Where am I? Where is this place?
You're at my bar, sir, the Turquoise Turtle. The last ray of light in this dangerous part of town.
So you're open all night?
Yep. Figured people might need a place to rest in these dark times.
Aren't you scared?
Scared of what? All the bad shit happens out on the foggy streets. And I never go outside.
I'm looking for someone who might have passed through here recently. Wondered if you might help.
It's been quiet tonight. The only other person I've seen went straight up to his room. Thought it was kind of rude, actually.
You mean he's still here?
Well, yeah. He paid for the entire week.
Who is this man? What does he look like?
Well, like a gentleman, I guess. Well-dressed, quite polite. A professor or something fancy like that. Always writing, reading notes.
How long has he been here?
He rented the room a few days ago and didn't say when he'd leave.
I need to meet this man. I have questions.
Just climb the stairs and knock on the first door. I heard him open his window, so I guess he's still awake. And,
Yes?
no funny business. You hear me? This is a respectable establishment.
Good thing you cannot see me now, Mum.
I hope I live long enough to see them wet boot boys get what's coming to them.
Ok, vamos subir lá em cima. Ah, tá ali a escada.
Damn it. I think drink no longer stirs me.
This is no place for you. Prewen has several patrols roaming the area.
They do not pursue me.
But they're looking for vampires, and they're most efficient.
They'll not relent until the killer has been identified.
I have a common objective, but I require...
I think someone is eavesdropping.
Are you certain? You might as well come in, whoever you are.
Slowly, vampire. Who are you?
I mean you no harm.
Say it, the vampire. Present yourself.
I need a word with anyone.
Well, that's something I can do for you.
Caraca.
And who might you be?
Tell me, who are you?
First, tell me what you want. Then I may tell you.
That's none of your concern.
Sir, you have entered my room in the middle of the night, pale as a corpse and shaking like a tree. So please, indulge me.
Someone is molesting people. In fact, killing them. Biting them.
The calling card of a vampire. Like you.
I've been hunted down in the streets and attacked. I'm a victim here, too.
I believe you.
Then if you are not a vampire, who or what are you?
Dr. Edgar Swansea of the Brotherhood of St. Paul. I'm performing an independent investigation here in an attempt to understand precisely what is going on.
And what exactly is this Brotherhood?
Sir, if the name is not familiar to you, then we shall discuss it another time.
I heard another voice, that of a woman. Who were you talking to?
Ridiculous. I've no idea what you're talking about.
Something tells me not to trust you.
Then the feeling is mutual.
What have you uncovered concerning the murders?
It started a few nights ago. Rumors of violent murders. The docks have always been, shall we say, somewhat unsavory. But this is different.
How different?
A vampire is at work here. Famished. Reckless. It must be brought to ground, and quickly.
Then help me find the culprit.
I may. If you'll first tell me why you opened this door.
I followed a trail. The scent of blood from a recent victim. It led me here.
You thought I was your aggressor. That explains a great deal. We're both chasing the same shadow.
Bom, acho que sim.
A shadow, indeed. Yet I heard his voice in my head. There was a moment I believed I was mad.
You should let me handle this affair. You've no idea what you're up against.
No. I will find the monster. He is mine.
How will you do any better than I? But then let me ask you this. What are your intentions if you find the killer?
I'll end him.
Then I can only wish you good hunting. And pray we shall meet again.
If Swansea is not my attacker, it means somebody else came here tonight. Someone must know something.
I should just run as far away from this place as I can.
Vamos interrogar esses daqui, mas eu já... Não, tá dizendo que minha missão é aqui. Então, vamos conversar com eles.
Evening, sir. Can I help you?
I have a few questions for you.
Well, if you must.
I spoke to Dr. Swansea. He's not the man I'm looking for. Now, I want the truth.
The truth? What do you mean?
I suspect that someone else was here tonight, and I don't think Tom wants to tell me about it.
I'm just the barmaid here, okay? If Tom says you're the only visitor we had, then you're the only visitor we had.
I can feel your fear, madam. Please, tell me what's going on.
It's Will. William Bishop. He came in here earlier tonight and he... Well, I thought he was going to clock someone.
What happened tonight?
He was dead drunk, as usual. But my God, his eyes... his face... He must have caught something awful. He shouted and cried. It was terrible.
Why are you so afraid?
I mean, his skin. His hands. I scrubbed every glass and every chair that he touched. God, I hope it's not contagious.
Tell me about this William Bishop.
Will was a sailor who worked at the canning factory before he lost that job. A nice bloke, really. He's never been violent. Until tonight.
Why keep it a secret? Why not tell me about it?
Tom's nothing if not loyal. After Will lost his job, he offered him one ear. They used to be good mates. But recently, well... Will started to get very aggressive.
I see. Thank you for your candor. I'll be sure to talk to Tom.
Então, William era bons amigos. Ah, isso daqui vai aumentando a qualidade do sangue. Acho que se eu deixar o sangue na qualidade máxima, aí eu posso morder ele. Eu acho que é assim que funciona. Ou eu posso morder ele agora, mas não vai ser a mesma coisa.
Welcome back. Did you find what you were after?
I can't say I have. Are you sure no one else came into your bar before I arrived?
Hey, I told you, you were the only other stranger I've had.
Tom, talk to me about the visit from your old friend, William.
Yes, Will came by tonight, but he's not my friend anymore.
Why lie to me if he is not your friend?
I didn't lie. I said you were my only unannounced customer, and that's the truth.
Who is he?
William. Just an old sailor who loves his gin too much. He worked for years at the canning factory before it closed.
Is he dangerous?
Yeah. Like many drunks, he's all bark and no bite. He can barely stand up most of the time.
How was he tonight? Was he different?
Sicker than usual, perhaps. He whined and mumbled about how mean people were to him and how he'd like to talk to me outside, and then he left when I refused.
I need to find him. It's a matter of urgency. Do you know where he is?
You could try his boat. It's up by the North Pier. He sleeps there when he's too drunk to get home.
Please describe him to me.
What do you expect? He's a tall, sick bastard with a bad rash and torn old clothes. William used to be strong. Now he's a mess.
Thank you, Tom.
If you see him, tell him I don't want him back here unless he cleans up his act, okay?
Vamos falar com esse carinha aqui.
Hello, sir. May I disturb you again?
And you're still ugly as sin.
É, não tem nada.
I'll leave you to your bottle then.
Are they stupid or something? I've never even been to India.
Not long ago, this sort of mess would be a laugh.
I will get to the bottom of this intrigue. What's been done to me, to this city. The body is still warm. This man has just been drained of blood.
Examinar roupa.
This man was armed. He tried to defend himself. Blood and empty gin bottles. This bishop fellow is something of a heavy drinker. What's this? Some sort of note. These men, they're a company of professional vampire hunters. This corpse has been dried of its blood, just like the previous victim. There are blood splats on the other side of the canal. I must reach that barge.
Dar a volta. Peraí, deixa eu... Peraí. Ataque de oportunidade. Como é que eu não faço barulho? Ataque stealth. Ah. Eu tenho que esquivar.
Get back in the grave!
Aperte para usar armas de longo alcance. Ah, tá. Só apertar. Não, aqui foi onde eu cheguei. Foi.
Over there! There's one of them vermin!
Acabou meu vigor.
He's dead!
Ah, é, minha habilidade de me curar. Novo esconderijo. Ah, deixa eu evoluir. Aumenta seu vigor, aumenta sua vida. Aumenta a absorção de sede. Aumenta a capacidade. Eu acho que vou pegar essa. Vou pegar essa daqui também. Essa daqui é uma coisa muito boa, por causa que o sangue é muito útil. Aumenta o dano causado pela mordida. Ah, eu não tenho mais nada pra upar, então eu vou confirmar. Caraca, que habilidades. Você perde o controle da besta. Você... Nossa, muito forte. Supremas. Oh, quando eu faço isso, eu encho minha munição ou eu esvazio? Deixa eu ver. Eu esvazio, velho. Como assim esvaziar a munição? Tá louco, cara? É pra cá.
Fresh blood. The whole building reeks of it. The scent is so strong it makes me dizzy.
É tão forte que me deixa tão...
This place reeks of bloodshed.
Pareceu uma mensagem aí que atrapalhou um pouco a live.
We've done it before. No.
This creature is bedeviled. I must put it down.
Ah, é o William. Deixa eu recuperar meu vigor. Tacape usado, deixa eu ver se é melhor. 65 de dano. 45. Eu vou pegar esse, eu vou usar esse tacape.
William was an honorable man. I could have saved him.
Mr. Hampton, are you in there?
We knew him well, another lost soul, a kindred spirit.
Sir, listen to the sound of my voice. I'm a doctor. You're suffering from shock.
I must return to my flock. They stray without me.
Remember, certain skulls are every bit as resistant as we are.
Who are you? What do you mean by skull?
You truly are a newborn. I should have realized.
Wait. You are the woman from the bar. Are you... like me? Can you help me?
I believe, sir, I already have.
By George and the Saints, you've solved the mystery of these terrible murders.
Oh, caramba.
Patience, good fellows, I've come to offer help. Just give me a moment to secure my boat. We can leave this awful place.
William was not the evil man they claimed. He was just taken by the thirst. He needed his drink.
This man requires medical attention. We'll see he gets to the nearest hospital.
No, please, I must tend to my fold. My flock needs me.
There, sir. Go with the good Dr. Swansea. He's resourceful, and I'm sure he'll take good care of you.
You'd best come as well. The sun is soon to rise, and you'll need a place to rest.
I just need a moment. If I can learn something about what has happened to William, I'll be a step closer to understanding what happened to me.
Colete uma amostra de sangue do corpo.
This poor creature can't be my maker. Could it be some subspecies of vampire? I must find a place to analyze the blood.
bora, né? Zeramos o jogo.
Where are we headed?
We're on our way to the Pembroke Hospital. It's just across the canal. They'll have a bed for poor Mr. Hampton.
William was... What manner of creature was he?
Predator, prey, villain, and victim. Who can say? The important thing is that he's been stopped.
Duly noted. And the woman? What? Who is she?
What woman?
Oh, don't play me for a fool. You used me to locate that skull. You must know who she is.
I thought you a gentleman. You shouldn't talk about a lady behind her back, but I will tell you she values her privacy. Were London as peaceful as she appears from the middle of the canal? If only that were the reality of the situation.
To be honest, I've always tried to avoid this part of town.
Pembroke Hospital is the last bastion between the rest of London and the epidemic. The flu has decimated the East End and the war still rages. Welcome to the front lines of a plague.
This is where you work, Dr. Swansea?
I am the administrator of Pembroke Hospital.
I thought you were here in service of your mysterious order, the Brotherhood of...
Of St. Paul's Stole, yes. But first and foremost, I'm a man of science. A physician, like yourself, Dr. Reed.
How do you know who I am?
No need for modesty. You are Dr. Jonathan Reed, a surgeon of some caliber and renown, if I'm not mistaken.
You are correct, sir.
I knew it. I had my suspicions. But when you took the blood sample from the corpse of poor William, I was certain. Dr. Reed. Marvelous.
Have we met?
I attended 3 of your seminars before the war. I have the utmost admiration for your research. And what a turn of fate. England's most esteemed blood specialist returns to London a vampire.
That word, again, from a so-called man of science.
I understand. Traditionally, the role of science is to refute myth, but when myth walks among us, the Brotherhood of St. Paul has dedicated its purpose to their study. There's so much for you to learn.
Of that, you are right.
Well, then let me be blunt. Join my staff at Pembroke Hospital. As a physician. I suspect you'll not find a better post of employment to contemplate your predicament.
This is sudden. I was returning home to see my sickly mother. But alas, that was before contracting this... affliction.
Dr. Reed, take a moment to consider. The post would be for the night shift, providing a good explanation for your absence during daylight hours. You'll be adequately reimbursed, and have a place to hide. I even had the forethought to bring some clean clothes. So, what do you say?
It seems I have little choice, but yours is a generous offer, so I thank you.
Brilliant! Oh, Jonathan, this is one for the book, and the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
Caraca, meu irmão, agora eu tenho uma roupinha.
Dr. Swansea, thank goodness. I was beginning to be concerned.
Worry no more, Nurse Crane, for I bring good news.
Oh, Doctor, what a night. We lost 2 more patients. Nurse Scow said she couldn't take it anymore and resigned.
Yes, well, I'll make a new rota in the morning. In the meantime, find a good bed for Mr. Hampton. Be sure to pay attention to his needs.
Of course, Doctor.
Oh, and Dorothy?
Yes, Doctor?
Dr. Reed here has just returned from the front. He served King and Country and will be joining us here at Pembroke. We're very lucky to have gained a surgeon of his talent, and one so experienced in blood transfusions.
That is good news indeed, Doctor.
Oh, yes.
Here at Pembroke, it's not what we have, but what we haven't. It's only thanks to Nurse Crane and the staff that our ship doesn't sink. If you have any questions, just ask her.
Duly noted. Thank you.
Your assistance is required, Dr. Swansea, immediately.
Welcome aboard, Jonathan. We'll catch up after my rounds. I'm coming, Nurse Crane. I'm coming.
Ok, agora eu tenho uma roupinha. Vamos... Analise o sangue de William Pesh. Blá, blá, blá. Deixa só eu ver o que tem aqui. Acho que não tem nada.
It's okay, Jonathan. I'll see you later.
Ah, não é aqui que sobe. É aqui.
It's locked.
Come on, you bastard! You can do better than that! Nah! It's my turn!
Rotten bureaucracy. Each heart contains the seed of life. Drink at this river. Try it all.
Oh, come on, you bastard! I won't bite.
Sir, please. You've lost too much blood. Calm yourself.
You think I didn't notice? Stop your staring and get me to an hospital, you arse!
Insult me again and I'll put an end to your misery right now.
Alright, sorry. I am in pain here. My guts are spilling out onto the street and you're yabbering on.
Yes. That's a very nasty wound you've got there. Take my word, I am a doctor. Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Name's Clay Cox. I'd appreciate you helping me to a better place, Doc.
Follow me, Mr. Cox. Let me assist you to that better place.
Enfeitiçar. Enfeitiçar, vamos ver isso de enfeitiçar.
Bring this fading light into the shadows. Dance with him the dance of life and death.
Eu acho que eu tenho que levar abraço.
In the back, you bastard! Didn't have the guts to fight me. Fuck you. I'll kill you.
Machadinha do Clay, 72 de dano, é bem maior. Deixa eu pegar.
To taste a life, to embrace its most intimate secrets. Such a divine sin.
Entre no hospital Pembroke.
Doctor, I've patients to attend. Doctor, where have you been? I've little time to play hide and seek with new staff members, no matter how illustrious they may be.
I apologize, nurse. I needed some time to myself. This has been the longest and strangest night of my life.
You delivered poor Mr. Hampton from a terrible fate. The means to that end should be of little concern, Doctor.
Thank you, nurse. What can I do for you?
Dr. Swansea insisted we provide you a quiet office. You'll find it on the second floor with your name on the door.
Thank you. Nurse Crane, isn't it?
Yes, Dorothy Crane. Welcome to Pembroke Hospital, Dr. Reed. Your office has been prepared.
Thank you, Nurse Crane.
Encontre seu escritório.
Dr. Swansea is right. This place seems perfect to conduct my research. Good evening, miss.
I'm Dr. Reed, the new surgeon at the Pembroke Hospital. And who are you?
Your name has no meaning to me, mortal. You're nothing but dust blown by the winds of eternity.
I beg your pardon?
What are you begging for, mortal? My clemency? Well, tonight maybe I'm inclined to mercy. You'll never forget the night you met Thelma Howcroft.
You keep calling me mortal. Why is that? And if I'm mortal, what are you?
Well, Dr. Reed, if you must know, I'm a vampire.
Okay.
Who are you really, Miss Howcroft? I mean, apart from being a vampire.
Is that not enough for you, puny mortal? What do you require? Proof of my powers?
I'm curious to know who you were before becoming a vampire.
It was such a long time ago, I don't remember. Centuries of unholy life can have strange effects on one's minds, you see?
Okay.
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
Dama das Trevas. Para uma Vampyr. Tem montão de gente aqui.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. May I help you?
I don't know if a third opinion is needed. Your colleagues are already arguing about my condition.
I see. Would you mind telling me more about your situation?
I'm Harvey Fiddick. All I want is to get me bloody arm fixed properly.
Também enfeitiçar ele. Caralho. Acho que não é uma boa eu ficar enfeitiçando todo mundo. Acho que não é uma boa eu ficar enfeitiçando todo mundo. Eu vou fazer outras coisas.
Good evening, sir. Can I help you?
Unless you're here to fix my face. No. I don't think you can help me.
I'm Dr. Reed. I've recently taken the position of head surgeon here. War injuries, am I right?
You guessed right, Doctor. German shell took my pretty little mug right off. But they still call me Thomas Elwood.
Dá pra eu enfeitiçar também.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood.
Damn. The pain. It's here again.
Será? Acho que eu vou enfeitiçar eles.
Good evening, Mr. Elwood.
Evening, Dr. Reed.
Eu tô meio em dúvida.
Soldier, do you need assistance?
I'm fine. Just do something for this pain, will you? That's all I'm asking.
Ele tem alguma doença? Opa! Acho que eu posso investigar esses dois e acabar descobrindo algo.
Where were you stationed, sir? Did you serve for long?
I really don't want to talk about all this shit.
No offense. I was pushing too much. I served in France myself. I just wanted to know what happened to you.
You were an officer, weren't you? Then I doubt we fought the same war, sir. No offense.
How is your stay with us, Mr. Elwood?
Oh, it's bliss. I just escaped death in the trenches to be surrounded again by the moans of the dying.
Can I ask you precisely why you're a patient here?
It's the pain, sir. The drugs don't work. It just hurts under the scars, if you get my drift.
Who is treating you? Is someone in particular looking after your case?
Nobody since the old and tired doctor spoke to me. Started to think I was forgotten about. Wouldn't blame you.
You don't seem worried by that.
My face hurts so much more when I smile or cry. I've learned it's easier not to speak. But be assured I'm smiling inside.
Can I do anything for your pain?
Nurses gave me a bunch of pills. No effect. Told you. It's like the flames are under my skin, burning away.
Ok.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood.
Diz que ela tem relacionamento com aquela mulher lá que acha uma vampira. Deixa eu ver, cadê a mulher que acha uma vampira? Aqui.
Good evening, Miss Howcroft. How are you tonight?
I need blood, Doctor. Warm, rich, vibrant blood.
I'm assuming you must be a patient here. Am I right, Miss Howcroft?
It's only a cover. To hide from my enemies. I can leave whenever I want. As a woman, a spirit, fog, or bat.
Who are these enemies you mentioned? Can you describe them?
I cannot say for sure. But I sense their eyes on me from nearby. I feel them watching me every time I visit the garden near the morgue.
The staff here are not your enemy. They're here to help you, to care for you.
I'm not speaking of the doctors in white. I'm speaking of the men and women who hunt me. For I am a vampire.
I see. Don't worry. These people will not find you here. I'll personally make sure they leave you alone.
Thank you, mortal. But do not interfere with them, for you are no match for those that hunt me.
And why do you believe you're a vampire?
I don't need to believe anything. It is what I am. It is what I feel within this hollow shell of flesh.
Please, describe to me how you feel. What is it like to be a vampire?
I can hear my body crumble from the inside as my flesh cracks and fades. I sense the last pulse of postulant blood within my drying veins. I need new blood.
I see. Have you ever heard of Cotard syndrome, Miss Howcroft?
Never.
It's a mental illness discovered by a French neurologist named Jules Cotard. The affected patients are delusional. They believe that they are putrefying, that they are dead, a ghost or a ghoul, or in your case, a vampire.
Delusional, you say? Oh, sad and petty mortal. You can't even begin to understand the concept of immortality. And you think it is I who am delusional.
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
Vamos ver essa investigação nova. Diz que eu desbloqueei uma pista, tem uma síndrome que... Onde eu vejo aquela investigação que eu tenho? Investigações, algo errado. Descubra quem está espionando então. Não, rastrear. Onde eu... Vamos...
Thelma Howcroft said she was being watched by vampire hunters. Where are they hiding? I should investigate.
Ok, onde que eu investigo? Pera aí, deixa eu desmarcar essa... Ah, eu tenho que investigar aqui em volta. Tá, descubra quem está espionando Thelma. Não, por que eu falei Thelma? Vamos... ver. E... se eu sair do ciclo de investigação, tem um aviso? Pra eu poder saber até onde vai. Aqui não tem nenhum minimapa. Deixa eu ver, eu vou sair aqui, vamos ver o que acontece. Ah, aparece, tudo bem.
Easy!
Ok. Revele que os agentes da Vampyr descobriram. Vamos ver, né? Que eles descobriram. Ah, tá aqui. 3 dias atrás, um rumor de um presente vampira fêmea. Temos apenas suspeita dela. Primeiro o nome da fêmea. Então. A missão é discretamente observar qualquer atividade suspeita relacionada a sanguessuga. Reportar diretamente para nós. Então nós decidimos o que deve ser feito. Encontre o posto de comando local da guarda da Vampyr. Tá a 120 metros. Deixa eu. Sair daqui, vamos pra lá. Bom, tá dizendo que aqui eu vou ter que vir aqui, aí fazer esse caminhozinho até aqui. Aqui o caminho, né? Eu segui reto até uma ponte. Dá pra eu correr? Dá. O nível do zumbi é alto, acho melhor eu. Ups. Ok, eu vou tentar não mexer com eles. Eles são meio fortes. Se não estiver forte o suficiente, então melhor é com sangue dos cidadãos. Ok, eu vou ter que upar, né? Tá, então eu vou investigar essa mulher. Quando eu terminar eu vou sugar o sangue dela. E eu acho que quando eu investigar essa mulher eu vou acabar investigando o outro cara também. Aí eu investigo os dois. E depois de investigar os dois eu vou sugar o sangue deles. Aí eu vou ficar forte e vou matar os inimigos mais fortes lá. Aí foi. Vamos tentar. É pra lá o caminho mesmo? Eu vou seguir. Tá dizendo que eu tenho. Peraí, se eu virar aqui agora, mas eu posso subir aqui também. Aí eu vou virar pra cá. E aí é só seguir até o...
Best stay back, sir. Didn't you hear me?
Tá. Ok, deixa eu analisar. O que, mas o que eu fiz? Nossa, o nível dos inimigos é meio alto. Puta! Caralho! Mano! Os inimigos tão foda. Eu tenho que desviar dos caras, não tô desviando. Porra, mas do nada os inimigos ficaram fortes desse jeito. Caraca, o jogo tá muito bom. Que horas são? Deixa eu ver. 11h23. Nossa, eu tô jogando isso daqui a 1h20. É, aqui. Eu vou não fazer barulho, senão esses caras vão acabar com a minha raça. Ai, bosta. Nossa, que susto bom que esse jogo.
This is no place for you, sir. Steady, boys, we've got one of them.
Mano do céu, caralho, me viram. É que eu não sei onde eu tenho que ir. Ah, caralho, velho, os inimigos são muito fortes, mano, que raiva. Eles são muito poderosos. Boa, então essa tela de login é chata pra caralho. Eu vou tentar mais uma vez, senão aí eu vou... Eu vou continuar a história principal. Pra cá, vai, agora eu vou conseguir. É só não deixar ninguém me ver. Não é difícil.
No civilians allowed, sir. Are you stupid? It ain't human. Get it!
Ah, bosta. Puta que pariu, caralho. Bosta, puta, filho da mãe. Caralho, vou continuar a história principal, depois eu continuo investigando essa mulher. Ok. Vamos. Que bosta, caralho. Puta. Vou upar então meu nível. Tô nível 4, que no final tá nível 12. Vamos entrar aqui no hospital.
I'm so tired. Will this shift never end?
Good evening, Mr. Fiddick.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. Any news about my operation?
Are you satisfied with your treatment here?
Well, it's clear that I've chosen a bad time to be injured. Forgive my bluntness, but you seem overwhelmed by cases of the flu.
I won't lie to you about it. I'm afraid we are.
Are you sure you don't want to operate yourself, Dr. Reed? I have the feeling you're very capable. And your colleagues seem to think so too.
In other circumstances, you would be right. But for now, I don't think I can take on the responsibility. My apologies. Tell me about yourself, Mr. Fiddick.
I'm just a regular guy waiting to get his arm fixed, so I can return to work and to my family.
I was more curious about what you were doing before being hospitalized.
I'm a carpenter, and a good one too. But that means I need both arms to feed my family, Dr. Reed.
Tell me about the doctors who are arguing about your case.
Strickland and Aykroyd. They both want the best for me, but there's a lot of pride there. Doctors are no different from carpenters, it seems.
What do you mean?
I often had professional arguments with rivals on a building site. Difference is I disagreed about wooden nails, not flesh and bones.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
I will not let you down, my boy.
Círculo social. Eu vou ver esses dois médicos, que eles... Acho que é melhor eu conhecer todos os médicos. Por causa que, né,
Good evening, Doctor. I believe we're going to be working together.
Dr. Reed. Dr. Swansea informed us of your arrival, but I could not dare to believe we'd have such good fortune. Such an honor, sir.
Thank you. And you are?
I am Thoreau Strickland, Dr. Thoreau Strickland. I'm a great admirer of your work, Dr. Reed.
Please, could you tell me something about yourself?
I'm a great admirer of your work concerning blood transfusion, Dr. Reed. I run my own experiments. I'm convinced it's the future.
I based my technique on my mentor's research. He helped me perfect my method. What is yours?
I'd rather not talk about it. For now, it's just theories and first approach. My process is purely experimental and unsuccessful.
As long as you're cautious and methodical, you may remain empty-handed, but you won't fail.
You're not the first one to warn me, but I am convinced knowledge is the main weapon against the ravages of this epidemic.
What made you choose to be a doctor?
I'm not ashamed to admit you and your work have inspired me. I am honored to have the opportunity to work by your side.
It's always a pleasure to share scientific and medical knowledge with someone eager to learn. I'll be glad to help you if I can.
This epidemic may be the century's most terrible disaster, but I'm convinced that we, as doctors, are the only ones able to defeat it.
What can you tell me about the Pembroke?
Well, it has always been an honor to work with Dr. Swansea. But with your arrival, I can't think of a better opportunity to learn about blood transfusion.
You seem quite optimistic. It's a rare and precious attitude in these difficult times.
I'm convinced that this epidemic is a test of endurance and dedication for us men of science.
Questions remain about our capacity to resolve the situation.
True, true. Last summer, during the first wave of the epidemic, I used to joke with Milton about the extra work. We're not smiling now.
Do you need help with anything in particular?
Well, yes, maybe. I'm waiting for a batch of products I ordered for my personal research, yet my supplier seems to have vanished.
Do you want me to play the errand boy for you?
Oh no, Dr. Reed. But if you went personally to his shop, what with your reputation and all, he wouldn't dare to refuse the products I need.
I see. Well, give me the address, for I may pass by if I have time. Tell me more about your willingness to experiment with new medical techniques.
Harvey Fiddick is a patient suffering from a severe injury that could cripple him if not treated correctly. I'm convinced your blood transfusion technique could help him.
What is it you really want? To save him, or to prove your point?
Fair question. I want nothing but to save my patient, Dr. Reed. Especially since I know Mr. Fiddick's story.
Tell me Mr. Fiddick's story.
Our first diagnosis was compromised because Mr. Fiddick lied to us about the real origin of his injury. He first claimed it was an accident.
But why would he hide such crucial information from us?
Because he is a proud father, ashamed of putting his children at risk because of his own negligence.
This personal involvement could also appear to be a lack of impartiality. You must know that a good surgeon must remain neutral.
I agree. But that does not excuse Dr. Aykroyd's behavior, a man who did not even take time to converse with his patient.
Do you think keeping his distance was a mistake?
All I know is that I'm taking care of human beings with desires, hopes, and fears. Not some biological machine comprised of blood, bones, and flesh.
Não tem mais
Goodbye,
nada.
Dr. Strickland.
Agora eu vou lá falar com o cara de foto e depois vou falar com o outro doutor. Cadê o cara lá que precisa? Não. Não é em nenhum desses lugares.
And you will kindly apologize when you're feeling better.
Good evening, Mr. Fiddick.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. Any news about my operation?
Tell me about your injury, Harvey. Why do you feel so guilty about it?
My wife died because of me. And now I may lose everything because I've been careless enough to hurt myself. What an arsehole.
You can't hold yourself responsible for your injury, Mr. Fiddick. Unless you tried to hurt yourself.
Of course I didn't hurt myself. But I can't work until my arm is fixed. My children need to eat, Doctor.
How could your job be responsible for your wife's death?
I was working a double. She went out to bring me a hot meal and got caught in a German bomb raid.
Tell me more about the death of your wife, Harvey.
1915. I was in the army. Building workshops for the Royal Flying Corps. Helen was happy I wasn't sent to the front.
What happened?
The Germans sent Zeppelins to bomb the construction site, but they missed their target. My wife was bringing my dinner when the bombs fell.
How are your children after losing their mother?
They were smaller then. The only good thing about this is my Helen didn't bring them with her that night.
I'm sorry for your loss. So many died during the bombings. I served in France and witnessed the carnage there.
I would like to say that she didn't suffer. truth is, I have no idea. I just know that I'm all that me kids have. Poor little bleeders.
Ok. Eu preciso de mais uma.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
Vamos ver. Tenho ainda outro doutor que eu preciso ver. Harris culpa. Morreu durante a guerra. Eu preciso de mais uma pista. Aí o sangue dele vai estar ao máximo, né?
You always knew the words to calm the children, Ellen.
Caraca, uma cowboy. Vamos conhecer os doutores. Pera aí. Como que é o doutor? Ele é meio calvo. Ok, acho que agora só eu achar o doutor. Acho que é esse.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I believe we're going to be colleagues.
Reed? Yes, I've been informed about your arrival. I'm Waverly Ackroyd. Welcome aboard, I suppose.
Does my arrival inconvenience you in some way, Dr. Ackroyd?
Let us just say that I don't particularly share Dr. Swansea's enthusiasm for hiring you. What we need here are reliable professionals, not overrated dabblers.
Tell me, Waverly, what do you think of Dr. Strickland's enthusiasm for his experimental research?
Strickland is playing with his patients' lives for pride and glory. Now that, sir, is unethical.
Are you thinking about something in particular?
Harvey Fiddick needs delicate surgery. I believe we should stick to the usual procedure, but my young colleague obviously disagrees.
And are you not afraid that your rivalry with Strickland may be blinding you?
Rivalry? I guess you could call it that. But I will never be childish enough to let my personal feelings affect my judgment.
Why do you wish to lead this surgery?
I strongly believe that Mr. Fiddick should not be butchered to test an unproven procedure.
Other people may say that's too conservative a point of view.
Conservative? And what are you going to say to Mr. Fiddick if he loses his arm because of the operation? Because that's what's going to happen if the surgery is a failure.
Since your tenure in this hospital is longer than mine, perhaps you can tell me more about this place.
Let's just say I'm tired of the carelessness around me. I have always respected the skills of Dr. Swansea, but over time his enthusiasm has become displaced.
Carelessness? Exactly what are you talking about?
We're here to save lives. The people who trust us are not volunteering for experimentation. They're here to be healed.
I don't intend to run any radical experiments, Doctor. Even if I, as any good practitioner should, express an interest in pushing the boundaries of medical research.
Modern medical methods were created through audacity and ego. But there are rules in our line of work, and they're here to protect our patients.
If you have a problem with me, Dr. Ackroyd, please feel free to tell me.
Dr. Swansea has imposed your presence the benefit of his position. But I don't agree with it.
I know we've never met before, but I believe this hospital could use all the help it can get. You will agree with that, I'm sure.
Oh, but I have heard about you, Dr. Reed. Of course, you can't say the same about me, since I have not wasted my time courting the press.
There is no need for such animosity between us. Don't you think the epidemic is already enough to deal with?
That is one point we could agree on. And that is precisely why I want to be sure that you will be of help to this hospital, instead of a burden.
Não, isso daqui. Sua vida em Londres, perguntas pessoais.
It seems you have bad memories of your military service.
I refuse to see this industrial slaughter as scientific progress. War only reveals the worst in men.
We can at least agree on something, Dr. Ackroyd. I don't know what you've heard about me, but I have already proved my value as a practitioner.
I don't question your skills, Dr. Reed, but your motive. Is it money, fame, or are you truly dedicated?
And what exactly is that supposed to mean?
I served in the war just like you. But unlike you, I did not use the wounded to play the modern sorcerer.
Be careful what you insinuate, Dr. Ackroyd.
I only want you to admit you used those men to improve your theories.
This is ridiculous. My blood transfusion technique saved many lives, and you know it.
You see? That is exactly what I hate about people like you. You avoid this kind of accusation instead of facing reality.
Eu acho que eu já perguntei tudo, então adeus.
Thank you for your time. We'll talk later.
Bom, agora que eu tenho uma pista sobre o outro médico, eu posso perguntar. Cadê aquele outro médico?
Good evening, Dr. Strickland.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reed. Can I be of any help?
Não é aqui.
What do you think of Dr. Ackroyd's aversion to modern medical methods?
It's a shame he's so narrow-minded. Dr. Swansea taught me that science is about exploring uncharted territory. I'm convinced that's true.
With the influenza and all that's going on, you should put your differences aside, don't you think? Why is it so difficult to work together?
I believe that if Dr. Ackroyd had been the one to discover the transfusion process, he would be the first to recommend its use.
So you believe it's just a question of jealousy and pride?
Dr. Ackroyd is as proud as he is blinded by his obsolete concept of medical science.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
Bom, eu vou lá falar com ele. Eu vou ver se apareceu uma coisa nova com esse.
Good evening, Mr. Fiddick. Good evening, Dr. Reed. Any news about my operation?
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
Cadê o outro?
I'm quite busy right now, Dr. Reed.
Do you need my assistance?
Not at all. I'm sure that you are used to gaining people's trust with your impressive skills. Well, it will not be the case with me.
Thank you for your time. We'll talk later.
Eu acho que eu vou ter que fazer aquela investigação. Pilar. Caraca, olha a qualidade do sangue do cara. Acho que eu devia ter melhorado ele pra depois ter abraçado. Ainda tenho muita gente pra eu ver aqui. Deixa eu ver se depois de ter descoberto que ela tá sendo
Good evening, Miss
investigada
Howcroft.
se eu
How are you
alguma
tonight?
coisa pra
I need
conversar.
blood, Doctor. Warm, rich, vibrant blood.
Tell me, Thelma, what do you really know about vampires?
I saw one and he saw me. I watched him hunt and kill. I saw his terrible wounds heal as his victim died. And then I knew I was saved.
You mean you actually saw a vampire? Here in London?
Yes. And it has been the answer to my pain. I must drink and kill to regenerate my decaying body. I am a vampire too.
Ok. Você é uma lunática, você não sabe nada sobre vampiros, você pode estar em...
You have no idea what problems your claim could cause if heard by the wrong people, Miss Howcroft. You must stop this nonsense now.
Why fear the truth? Strange things live in the dark, Dr. Reed. Strange and ancient beings that were here before this island even had a name.
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
Deixa eu conversar com o cara, ou esse daí.
Good evening, Mr. Elwood.
Evening, Dr. Reed.
How close are you to Miss Hawcroft? Are you aware that she thinks she is a vampire?
To wait for her next nibble is the best reason to stay here. Every time she approaches my bed, she treats me like something tasty. A normal person.
Aren't you afraid? She may hurt you if the game goes too far.
She's quite harmless, I can assure you. Her head's broken inside is all. Her arm busted on the outside. But she's still beautiful. Living proof that there's hope for me.
So do you let her bite you? You know that's not sanitary.
And why not? She's only supping a few drops of my blood. And the pain, it's real for once.
She could decide to bite less willing patients.
Then it's another good reason for me to stay here, Doctor.
You do realize she's mentally disturbed. It's called the Cotard syndrome. She truly believes she's a vampire.
In her madness, she never refers to my scars. And frankly, if I could, I'd join her world. It seems much more fun than the real one.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood.
Fear of disgust on every street corner.
Good evening, Miss Howcroft. How are you tonight?
I need blood, Doctor. Warm, rich, vibrant blood.
Tell me, Thelma, why do you feel so attached to Mr. Elwood? Why him?
I'm not sure, Doctor. I think we have a bond of some sort. We've both suffered so much. He's the only mortal I find interesting.
Do you plan to make him a vampire too?
Of course not. How could I inflict my curse on anybody else? I'm not that cruel, Doctor.
Would you say you and Mr. Elwood are romantically involved?
No. No, Thomas is a delicate soul. Even though he disguises it. But I am not the woman he needs. No, for I am a vampire, Doctor.
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
I wish I could be sick again. Feel my blood boil with the fever.
Good evening, Mr. Elwood.
Evening, Dr. Reed.
Nada de novo? Nada de novo.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood.
Acho que só depois de eu fazer a missãozinha. Calma aí, vamos ver minhas pistas. Desse cara. Ok. Caraca, eu deixei a qualidade de sangue dela o máximo possível.
The pain. It's here again.
Time has lost its effect on me.
Peraí, fadiga, tratamento para fadiga. Tem que aprender como é que faz isso de tratamento para fadiga. Bom, vamos ver. A gente precisa fazer as investigações. Vamos começar fazendo essa. Rastrear. Ah não, é lá embaixo, meu Deus. Eu tava lendo a parte de cima.
I cannot enter.
This dead flesh needs it.
Eu vou ter que seguir o caminho.
He's mine! I'll take it!
Ai merda, acabou o meu vigor.
Filthy piece of shit!
Nossa, os inimigos estão AP. Tem que achar uns ratos. É por aqui? Eu tenho que seguir mais tempo.
Get them weapons ready!
Ah, não tem sangue, perfeito. Ah, caralho. O cara fica de frente pra ponte, aí é difícil. Tá bom, depois eu faço isso, pelo amor de Deus. Acho que eu vou drenar alguém. Eu vou drenar o... Quem eu dreno? Quem será que eu posso drenar? Acho que eu vou drenar o... Acho que eu vou drenar o... Qual é o nome dele mesmo? O carinha lá. O carinha aqui do braço. Acho que eu vou drenar ele. Deixa eu voltar lá pro hospital. Eu já vou no hospital.
Scowl voices in the garden. I should investigate. If they were to find somebody.
Opa. Puta, vai tomar no cu, né? Ah, caralho, velho. Eu tô esquecendo de me esquivar, eu tô muito burro, velho. Que eu subestimei ele e não me esquivei. Tomei no cu. Tem que aprender, cara. Subestimei ele pelo nível. Devagar, tá? Ah, peguei um pouquinho. Ah, velho, esse cara vai ficar me drenando. Por que eu tô atrás do hospital? Eu tô burro. Tá lá na frente. Vou ter que treinar o sangue de alguém. Como é que eu aumento esse negócio? Cadê? A quantidade de... o nível 4. O nível de enfeitiçamento. Como é que eu aumento? Eu vou... Cadê o cara lá que eu vou enfeitiçar? Aí. Infelizmente ele não tá 100%, mas...
Good evening, Mr. Fiddick.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. Any news about my operation?
Peraí, deixa eu só ver. Alguma coisa. Nada.
All I wanted was to go back to work, to take care of my children.
Não me senti muito bem fazendo isso. Cadê o cara lá? Cadê a escada pra eu ir lá pro meu quarto?
This must be the place. It's definitely away from prying eyes. Relegated to the shadows. A kingdom of my own. At least I won't be sleeping in a coffin.
Vamos dormir. Vamos aumentar isso daqui, deixa eu só ver tudo. Nível 5. Barreira sai, aqui uma barreira. Peraí, que é isso? Bloqueio o sangue, aqui uma barreira, aqui é o sangue. Eu vou aumentar esses dois. Vou aumentar 2 de cada. Eu vou aumentar. Pera aí. Agora eu vou ter que decidir um. 45. Ou eu aumento minha vida pra 150 ou eu aumento meu negócio? Meu vigor. O vigor tá sendo uma coisa muito necessária. Então, deixa eu ver nessas passivas. Tem certeza que deseja... Não. Vamos dormir. Eita... A economia. Fadiga. Agora o lugar tá estável. Eu sou um ótimo médico. Não curei ninguém. Matei 2 caras.
The flower's dying. It needs water.
Selecione uma arma branca para melhorar. Pronto, agora ela tem 85.
William Bishop's blood is much more unstable than human blood and shows extensive mutation. But this is not what happened to me. I must keep on searching. The sun is about to rise. I can feel it. I'll continue tomorrow night. I have so much time now.
Okay. Vamos ver se agora a gente consegue investigar esses daqui. Tinha uma investigação deles. Será que a gente consegue agora? Será que a gente consegue agora sobreviver?
Good evening, Dr. Strickland.
Have you seen any suspicious activity in the vicinity, Dr. Reed?
No more than usual.
This is no laughing matter, Dr. Reed. A patient of mine has been murdered. Mr. Fiddick is dead. I should have been more cautious.
What is troubling you so much, Dr. Strickland? Is there something else?
I had to meet face to face with the son and daughter of Mr. Fiddick this afternoon. Their eyes. I could barely stand before their accusing gaze.
This difficult task is part of our job, Dr. Strickland. It's our responsibility.
I know. As I also know they'll never get the answer to the question they daren't ask. They were the embodiment of cold fatalism.
Why are you blaming yourself for the death of Mr. Fiddick?
It is our fault. Mr. Fiddick has stayed longer than needed here because Dr. Ackroyd and I could not agree on the correct treatment.
This argument has nothing to do with his death. He was murdered.
But if we had performed the surgery sooner, he would have left the hospital and avoided this fate.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland. Good evening, Dr. Ackroyd.
You're the last person that I want to see right now, Dr. Reed.
I see that you are as friendly as ever.
Are you really going to ask me why? That would just be more evidence of your selfishness.
How do you think these recent events will affect the Pembroke Hospital?
I am not blind. There is something strange about you and Dr. Swansea. One day you'll have to provide answers.
Don't you think the epidemic is enough to deal with, without wasting time on insults and suspicions?
Yes, the epidemic. Convenient, isn't it? Just like the war, really. Hundreds are already dying, so who cares about one more?
You are troubled by the death of your patient. I understand. It is something that haunts everybody in our profession.
Harvey Fiddick died inside these walls, under our watch. We failed him, all of us.
Thank you for your time. We'll talk later.
Acho que eu vou em quanto tempo? Peraí. Nossa, é uma live meio grandinha, hein? KS. Que horas são? Peraí. Nossa, eu tô streamando desde as 10, velho. E são meio de 15. E eu não tô streamando pra ninguém ainda por cima, velho. O que eu tô fazendo da minha vida?
It's one of them! Depois de tudo, eu ainda morro. Bom, acho que eu vou encerrar a live, por causa que ela já tá meio grande. Ela já tem umas 2 horas e 15. Então eu vou, né, dar um tchauzinho da live. Bom, ninguém assistiu minha live, só uma pessoa e por um tempo limitado. Bom, eu não fico muito feliz de saber disso, é claro. Eu talvez continue jogando o jogo. Curto 2 horas 15 minutos para 0 visualizações. Bom, é isso, né? Espero que vocês tenham gostado. Bom, foi isso. Tchau. Vou encerrar a live.